Hello everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about the SEO for LivingMiraclesCenter.org site. And if there's time permits, we will talk about another site as well. I'm going to record these recordings in two parts. One is going to be talking just about the keywords that we recommend that you use, and this particular recording is going to be talking about other ways to enhance the site. The SEO report on the site came up very good. Your score is 80 out of 100. So you've done a great job with the beginning part of the SEO. But the SEO report was without putting in any keyword. So the SEO report was done from what you have. And so once we do the enhancements, we'll be wanting to run it again. So I want you to know that the site is doing well. It loads well, loads quickly. The site has great content. It's SEO friendly. Your site right now, your URL contains your keyword, which your keyword as far as the internet is concerned is LivingMiraclesCenter.org. That your page rank score, what we're going to be doing now is working on ways to increase your page rank score and for you to show up for the search terms that are better for you. So what I want to do right now is go straight to Alexa, which I've introduced a few of you to Alexa already. Alexa is a site that a lot of webmasters use. It's actually owned by Amazon now, and it is a way to guide us to see data without using Google Analytics. It's from the outside view of your site. So right now I've already put your site into the data so we can look at what they have found about your site. Now, first of all, I want to bring to your attention that I found that you had already identified or created a listing with Yahoo for your site, for this site. And that's fantastic. But there are several other directory listings that we'll recommend that you do as well that may not cost any money. Yahoo does cost money, but the other ones may not. So, and I'll be able to give you that listing as a recommendation for improvement for SEO. Now, the way that you would list your site in Alexa is just right here. When you go to alexa.com, which is this URL right here, you would just type in your URL and then go to here. You'll see, is this your site? Certify your site's metrics. So that'll help you a lot right away. Then the next thing I want you to know is a lower rank is better in Alexa. So as you can see globally, you have a lower rank than you do actually in the U.S. And this data, they're having trouble even collecting data because of the lack of connection to Alexa and some of the other directory sites. They also pull from DMOZ, and I'll give you that link as well so that you can hook up and just grab your directory listing there. So this data now talks about how engaged your visitors are. The bounce rate is pretty high. Daily views for visitor is 1.4, and daily time on the site is going up. It's 2 minutes and 25 seconds, which is very good. So these data, once we fill out and connect the dots on this site, probably a lot more data will come for you, and you'll really benefit from it. Now, most of the other companies I work with that are nonprofits or cause-related have used this demographic data. And this should help you quite a bit once this connection is made between your site and Alexa. So, but you can see if you had this data, you would have a little bit easier way to communicate with your customer that's already at your site. Right now, this data is also showing that 25.8, almost 26% of your visitors are from the United States, so that a lot of your visitors are out of the country and they're not showing data about it. So that's a handicap as well. We want to know that data. We want to know what pages they're going to. We want to know, male, female, as much about them, their age group. That could help us quite a bit. Now, the other thing that I find very interesting and useful in this data is the keywords. And Alexa found that the majority of the people are coming to your site by using David Hoffmeister's name. The other ones are not in your keyword list, and we'll go over that of what you have right now in your keyword list and in your description tag, your meta tags. So this says patience meaning, free MP3 downloads, A Course in Miracles Mobi, and the clarity process. So, and these are very small compared to the people that are coming to the site. So what this tells us is that the site is only being visited by people who already know David. They're not getting to it from a search on the Course in Miracles or on anything about Christianity. They're coming only because of David. Then also they're showing that you have 27 sites linking in, and we'll talk a little bit more about links as we get going here. So I'm going to go back to the site now and want to again compliment you on the site. It's very well done. You have the social media buttons here, and the fact that you have multi-languages, it's very well done here. I'm just going to make suggestions of what we can do to tweak it, to make it even better for you. So what we're going to do now is I am in Firefox. My browser of choice usually is Firefox. And I'm going to go to these little lines up here, and it gives me the opportunity to use some of these tools. And I'm going to go to Developer, and from Developer I'm going to go to the tab called Page Source. So with that, I can see what the code is behind this page. You can do this on every single page, which will allow you to refine it or see ways for improvement. So right now what we're going to do is these metadata tags right here, those are all invisible on the front of the site, but they are the data that Google is using to put you at the top of the search engines. So what I want you to see right now is there's David, Hoffmeister, but there is not David Hoffmeister here. There are these terms are probably going to change if you take my recommendations to change them to other ones that people really are searching for. The other thing is a lot of these are one piece keywords, and right now those are not working as well as what they call long tail keywords. Long tail keywords are words in combination that are 2, 3, or 4 words long. So they may be almost phrases like A Course in Miracles USA, or David Hoffmeister, A Course in Miracles, or Enlightenment through the Course in Miracles. And the reason why these are being used more than the one-word terms is that they help refine the search delivery off of Google to a more pertinent result. When the internet first started, you could put one word in and there weren't as many websites out, so one-word search terms worked just fine. But now if you think about how you use Google, you'll think about that you really do usually put a phrase in there. And so a lot of this may be changing, and but you can also see that these are not the terms that are showing up in Alexa. So these terms are not repeated enough time on your site, in the content of your site, to help you anyway. So your description is great because it coordinates with the name of your site, but it is not, unless people know what that is, that may be not enough to gain you more help from the search engines. So this description, I would change it to include the new keywords that we're going to talk about in our next video. But you can see it's an extension of the prayer of our heart. We desire to know God. It's a beautiful statement, but it doesn't, it will not help you in a database world. Then the other thing that we want to talk about is there are other metadata that we can include in these meta descriptions that are actually, it's a little more advanced work, but they're GPS data. And right now, Google is rendering data pertinent to where the searcher is, what IP address the searcher is conducting the search from. So that's why when you go on your phone and you search for a restaurant when you're in town, you'll get a local listing of Italian restaurants, and you might put Italian restaurants Salt Lake City in it. But if you're in Boulder, Colorado, it automatically knows you're in Boulder, Colorado. Well, that's because your phone has a GPS system in it. Well, websites can also have that. So once we get done with the keyword work, we may want to also do the GPS work, which is, it's kind of advanced. So I don't want to start there, but I want to let you know about it. Then the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is what are called cascading style sheet styles. So right now, this site has, this is your title for your page. It right now has the Living Miracles data in it. But if we wanted to use a keyword for A Course in Miracles or Metaphysical Christianity, we might want to add to this tag. This is actually an H1 tag. H1 means header 1. The data that I'm talking about is coming from what they call cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets can be found and are used in Microsoft Word and on the web. So all HTML is set up that way, PHP, Joomla uses HTML and other code. So right now you are using this H1 tag to your benefit, but this text right here, Unwind Your Mind, is not optimized. It is just a bolded word paragraph. So let me see if I can explain this a little bit better for you again. Let's see what happened with the... Okay. So when you write on a web page, you have the opportunity to use H1, H2, H3, all the way to H6 tags. And these tags really do help you from Google's standpoint. They may not aesthetically change the look of your site that much, but they will change the database availability for Google to find your data. So what I wanted to show you on your codes is, that's navigation, excuse me one second. Okay, so right here on line 285 in this view of the back of the front, it's actually the code that renders your website. You can see right here that it says P strong, unwind your mind, break strong, P, NP. So this is a paragraph code tag, and that's part of the cascading style sheets where this code tells the website to render in a certain way. What my suggestion is some of these tags should be changed to H1, H2, H3. Really, you only need to go to H3 tags because that's how deep Google will look in the database. So, for instance, when you look at this, Unwind Your Mind, if that was an H2 tag, it may have a different size font. It may actually look quite a bit different, and that would actually allow Google, if this was put into an H tag, Google could find it. Right now, with it being a bold paragraph style, it is not searchable by Google. So part of my recommendation is to implement on every single page the use of these header tags, H1, H2, and H3. And you may have to change your style sheet so that it doesn't affect the aesthetics of the site, but all of those style sheets should be easily edited, where with one change you can change the whole site. And if you need more help with that, I'll be glad to explain that and help you. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to bring up for the site is a sitemap. I was unable to find a sitemap on your site. So one of the other ways that Google finds all of its data is it goes through finding a sitemap, and a lot of times the sitemap link is just down here at the footer of the site. And without that, it's very hard for Google to find each page. So that's another recommendation. There are free XML sitemaps that can be created and rendered online, and all you need to do is upload it to your file folder where the website is, and Google will be able to find it, and that will help you a lot too. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was, let's see. Okay. We need to talk about backlinks and links in general. Apparently, when I did this SEO report, which I will send to you, we found that you had 43 outbound links, but you don't have that many inbound links. Now, since you have 90 sites, you could have quite a few inbound links, or what we like to do is three-way links. Now, three-way links is where you could have this site linking to another site, which also links back to you, but also the other site links to another site, which links back to you, which makes kind of a triangle. So the other sites, you've got so many of them, you could easily do that, and that would help you a lot. That will help you. Plus, right now it's showing that you have 43 outbound links, which means that on some part of this site, and I didn't identify which page it was, you have way too many people. You're linking to way too many. Here we go. Here's the local groups. If there are local groups, let's see, this may be part of the problem, maybe here, but I don't know. They need to link back to you. So you have to be careful. You really shouldn't have more than, let's see, I think they recommend 25 links back out, links back to your site. And let's see. So you do have some no follow links. So we can talk more about links. And let's see. Okay. And also, I did not see Google Analytics on this site. When I went to the code, I did not see that. So if you added that, that would be, and that is usually, it usually shows up just as a script. It looks like a JavaScript actually, and it's usually right around here. So, and you would, once you put the code on, you can put it on each page, and that way you would know exactly how long each person stayed on each page, and if they went from page to page, so where they came from. So that would help you quite a bit. I did also mention to you about the XML sitemap, but I didn't find an HTML sitemap either. So I think that that would be quite helpful for you as well. And let's see. I think the only other thing, again, would be to recommend the directory listings where you do list and capture your Alexa rating site, and you go to DMOZ, and I will give you a few more of those. So with that, I'm going to be complete with this review of this site, and then I will go on to the next site and go over a little bit of data there. The other site, I will give you these reports so that you can print them out and use them as checklists for things to do. And then after that, we'll go into the keywords training. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I'm certainly available for questions. Thank you.